you say me and Mac might have talked and all this and all this. This is what Pimp did in his little run from April in the pound to say June or July sometime. I went to population for less than 2 months. I was back in the bang, went up north from being with Robo Just, rest in peace, December. I think, yeah, we was in 2 Block. Go back up to Clinton. In that time, I wrote 275, right? I'm the individual, like when you hear what I'm saying I wrote, I'm the individual that wrote something in 96. Less than 3 weeks, I'm a max it, but I think it was way short. I think 10 days. 275 was made. They got caught. When they got caught, they were so special when they got caught, we got to make them all over again. We can't even keep those. So the 10 that we all threw in our head in less than 48 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours, which was the max, all that was wasted from individuals getting caught on the shakedown with it. All right. And part with that, we had our own codes down there, right? The good thing about it, we didn't need no more. We used our codes along with the UBN codes. Stones made codes. Trey made codes. Sex Money Money had codes. So you had Trey, GKB, Stone, pardon me. Sex Money Money didn't have codes. It was Stones, Trey, and GKB. Mac hit me. He was like, yo, listen, blood. Y'all can't have your own codes down there. I was like, why not? Mind you, we walked in the doorway with our own codes. GKB is the first hood that ever had their own conversation other than the pack that came from Damu, Ola, Thick Like Quick, Real Right, Triple O. After that, Bloodstone Villains or Trey, I don't know who's first, but I do know that, I used to always talk that lingo with both of the hoods that had their own little lingos, and I learned their lingos, and I'm like, oh, word, that's what you're doing? Because, they seen us talking, and it was comfortable and uncomfortable in certain sentences. Mac hit me and was like, yo, I ain't down there. I'm up here. That separate code shit ain't doing right. It's making it hard for the individuals to all get together and feel comfortable around. When they start hearing something different, whether it's bad or good, it's different. And them not knowing something that so far everybody been getting, unless they didn't get it, meaning earn it, bang for it, yada you. He was saying that was gonna cause separation amongst individuals. I ain't feel he was wrong because my only example of seeing that example that he said was Dizzy. Everybody else was like, oh, word, oh, that's y'all shit. Nobody never came and showed me that type of shit. So when Max said that, that's the first thing I thought about, Dizzy's situation. I'm like, word. I'm like, oh, all right. Solar Brothers, yo. Proper individuals, we got to dead all that. Yo, Dookie, I need some help. Give me, here's 20 codes. Give me some names. Give me some of the bodies that you want, like the meanings, and I'll put a name on it. So if you want that meaning that emits something that you like out of the codes that you made, you got to strip the name. Like you got to strip TikTok means walk down the stairs. You got to take away TikTok. and give me the mean and walk down the stairs. I put a name on it. When it came to the hood, I went to Man Do, my guy, hoods. I did Billy Badass. Man Do did um damn man, dude, I ain't trying to take away the shit. I did Tony Starks. I did Donald G. I did Billy Badass. I did Julius B. Sonny. Man Dude did Frank Nitty. Um, I did Freaky Ty. Man Dude did Billy Blazin'. And then he did other codes that he wanted the body of, right? Because I didn't know those two, and he just said that instantly. He definitely did the Billy Blazer because I just did Billy Badass, and Billy Badass was my first drop, very first drop. His name was Billy Badass. Trey's know him, and I had to give that toast to him. I made a mistake with Julius B. Sonny, just to show you history. I made a mistake with Julius B. Sonny. A lot of people thought Julius B. Sonny, Julius and Sonny was me and CK, me and Hamo, me and somebody. Then they thought it was, whatever. But you said that Mac hollered at you. Mac gave me the third hood, the third position of the island, like Rikers Island, like run Rikers Island. Yeah. Number one was Bueno. Number two, I believe at that point, I forget who it was, but whoever it was wasn't on the island. And he went up north, and I went up to two. When I went up to two, I knew how I was moving. I knew how I was so much against wanting to be blood for 10 days, every day at my conception. When I did become blood, like when it was time to say fuck this, you seen the anger I said it and how I said it, and then how fast I was like, oh, all right, because if he didn't say that and I said fuck blood, then I told dudes, that's a wrap, and fell back, and then just held myself down with kings if they knew what I did prior, or any enemy trying to play me in the time of going on, the chaos that was going on in the island, I'd have been cool with it. I probably been going at them still doing what I was doing, and who knows eventually what could have happened. But at that moment, I was all for it. But I was into it because as soon as I heard the option, like, I went with it blindly. But now that it's in and I'm running around and I bought pure blood and now that my adrenaline is down, like, this motherfucker ain't answer. Me and the brother had a chance to talk. I would have been like, police your ass down. Fuck his clinic. Let him chill here for a minute. Have my officer go talk to this officer blindly and we would have vibed. But he act like he couldn't vibe. I couldn't take it. That right there was like, I believe you was the rat without all the calls I heard later on and the justification behind the mixed crazy case that he had. But at that point, he wasn't trying to help me. He just was like, I can't holler. And I reacted the way I was supposed to react, right? But one thing I would tell you in the letter that Mac hit me back, he was like, if you put it together, knowing how you didn't want to be with this, I ain't doubt it. I just had to see it. I thought dudes was lying on your name. Now, right then and there, he would have been like, so what you gonna do with this? Boom, boom, boom. He would have felt me out. Felt like, nah, I just was like, fuck it. I just wanted to stay with it. So I got with the dog. He would have then said, oh, possibly that route you said. But you forget all the things he said, yo, I knew you was going to be. You know, you forget the things that could have been said that you know nothing about, cause I never was a big mouth. I was that type. I don't trust easy. I don't do what you and many dudes do. Keep a million people near you and don't know none of them. Don't care about none of them, but you smell like you like their presence there. I can't do that. If I know you, I'm going to interact. I go all out for homies. I'm a support mogul. I'm a person that feels in depth with being here. As long as I'm here, not knowing everybody's story, but watching the stories of people that I know went through worse than me, make me move like that. But, you know, you and I both know we definitely had two different agendas, right? So let's get to the next thing so it doesn't always stay like it's personal. Save the day. I don't know where the hell you, but I forget. You wasn't out there in the fields. You just go off of what person told you somewhere in the shoe, locked down in the long term keep lock. But that 31 hard shit you said, and you said, who? He said BSV had a cleanup and Old Trey One Bloods. Yo, boy, you know how far back that shit was? We already had Bloody Bastards, but you didn't want to say that because you know where that came from. But I guess this is the rogue part. I'm running around chasing kings and shit like that, right? Unfortunately, that even went out of whack. Bloody Bastards was a set. Just like before they felt comfortable letting the world know that you had the elite people in the army and the Marines and the navies and, you know, Navy SEALs and ops and all that, and you had all these people that did special shit. That's what Bloody Bastards was. Everybody just couldn't say, yo, we gonna just start blooding people out that ain't no good, that ain't about nothing. You just couldn't do that. And I even knew you just couldn't do that. And you couldn't tell me I couldn't squeeze on anything that was in my scope. There was nothing that you can protect if I wanted to go at it. It was nothing. So, you know, the game and acting like it was cleanup sets, all that was, you couldn't even say when I left because you left before me. Know what I'm saying? You left before it was a cleanup set. You said Bloodstone Villains is a fucking cleanup set. When? I mean, to say back then, 9-6, when? But maybe since you mumbled it, you were saying 9-8, 9,000s or something. Because I swear to God, I ain't know it was no stone cleanup ever until I seen that interview. So I know I'm out the loop. 31 Hearts. I don't, you know, I don't even want to get into shit saying that, but you forgot the Bloody Bastards? Oh, of course you did. You was going like you ain't know nothing about that cleanup set. Like everybody wanted to be a part of being picked, of being elite, but being one that now had to go against those that they might have been cool with or they seen that was fake. Now this is a job they had to do along with eating enemies that they was in their path. But you seen how people joined it? They joined it so much that people tried to make it a set, and Max stripped that shit and dead it. I'm going though, because they ain't do none of that. I left it with Gambino, Mandu, told them, yo, put this thing and keep this shit rolling. Y'all got this. Because it's bad enough I got all this other obligations I'm going on. But mind you, I'm a little rogue, dude snatching chains. That's how he says it. You know what I'm saying? My responsibility stopped once I seen the deception that came from a situation that we know, the Tom Cross story, that could be all personal. I can leave all that out. Like, you know, the meeting that y'all all had and, you know, a week after he came over there with me in Southport and you had all of them, like that would have been worthy of talking about on that interview. But it puts truth on the fact that it's getting close to shit that I don't reveal. Like, we know that Cross never asked me for no gunfight. We know that I ain't say I ain't want no problems. We know that ain't happened because that was your guy. He's still your guy, and you still contact him to this day. Prior to the event, you knew this guy. You was in the States. Like, come on, like, it's deep in the rap for the people around you, and it's well deserved that you're looking for your home to love you like they love Big Papa. I get it. But you trying to damn my name for some reason, like you want what I have, you were supposed to have before CK say, yo, homie, make a hood with me. Because you told me in less than 6 months we was kicking it, and you told me that you and CK was supposed to start a Brooklyn hood. On my daughter, Shaquille, you conversated with me and told me that prior to all this stuff, that's why I believe it's now under a year, under 2 years, we had this convo. You said that CK and you had the convo from CK coming to you saying we need to get a Brooklyn hood because all these other dudes with CK only centered on the Bronx. We got to get a hood out here because Bronx got not only Mac being a part of non-Trey, you had 380s, 590. Like, it's a lot of things that's not going to be told upon, but all right, you said that he wanted a Brooklyn hood. I don't know why he picked me and then left you alone, but hearing your story talking about you wanted to do it the right way and get permission, which is the right way. I was blind. I just went with an answer more than thinking through, which you did better. But you thought all this wrong. You thought this through a little too wrong. This is bad because unfortunately we could talk about so many other things. Like my stories is infinite. You know why? Because I was there. Not just the island, everywhere. I was there. And to put light on something like you have a knack to draw mysterious people to not leave elated but happy to meet you. Happy to meet you because this is the person that I finally got a chance to, a hood that I'm repping. He's the man. Met my big homie, one that put in so much work that they heard. When we all became GKB, I didn't get on no phone and tell no street member nothing. I didn't write no letter and say, yo, all y'all gonna do this and be that and boom, boom. Never. I had a bid that I didn't want to do that I had to get the hell up out of. So I wasn't a dude that was out here that had a street team to go out here and do that, because if they did that, I wouldn't be in here. I've been in the street in all manners. I wouldn't have been in the system no more. I didn't have nothing to have me in here dead. I didn't have a whole bunch of people in my corner. I wouldn't have been there. So why even play that game? But Quell, he let the whole world know he was a part of a new thing because nobody else was. Now you got to think about it. If anybody was on the street, anything, only thing you could have been was a non-Trey, GMB, 5'9", Valentine, a NYB that never got in touch with the loop with nobody and still was calling himself a Scarface, or a Mad Dog. None of them names was really popping, meaning exclusively everybody's a blood in everybody's eye. But when GKB came, the energy of everybody trying to figure out what was going on with that crew is how we saved the day. We saved the day that when non-Trey, prior to getting stamped with a name in the hood and being certified and selected as the first hood under being the second selected group of men, which would be the first one non-Trey, pardon me, New York Bloods, without being Scarface NYB, Non-trade is the first foundation that we have without permission. When you got Quell that want to double back and come now and say that he wanted to do permission to get it right, you hear him use how before a date comes about, because in the mixture of y'all knowing me and his history, a lot of people hear me on social media be like, yo, I ain't jacking the 16th because it never was our date. Who cares? A motherfucker that didn't get raised that way. That's who cares. I done seen people be like, yo, so what? You ain't make this. You ain't put in that work. I don't care how much work you put in. You ain't never put the work in that we had to put in. We had close corner put-ins. We didn't have an opportunity to be winners before it happened. We told them we was going to win because we was trying to kill everything moving. And then, unfortunately, we was known as savages and came so brute that we actually did win. Actually, in that fight, whether with them knives or with that we coming. With that, please get together because we're ready already. Open these cells. This is shit that we went through. So you can't throw none of this shit away and act like you just gonna shit on what the hell we found it on. Now, if we was all dead, we all stayed on welfare, we was hobos in the street, yeah, somebody can come and invest $1 million to say he's revising everything. But we never died. And here comes individuals that want to give stories to make them look good. You can look good without lying to the people, and that is a lie. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't where this is the way he did it. Mac ain't get a chance to manipulate you because this is a story that you never spoke of before you ever came home. You never spoke about nothing to nobody. I challenge another thing. I call anybody that I don't know that know you. Jump up and say, yo, Quell told me in 96 that Matt gave him this. Quell told him in 97 they gave you. Tell the world that you was there in the year that the 10 OGs was made and it was strictly about them making it. Now, unfortunately, I could tell you how we first bumped, but that's personal. Like I said earlier, I'm not here to do the slander, but the slander is only coming with showing you exactly what I'm giving you. You want to say that Matt gave you something that I went to hell for. Now, let me show you with the Tom Cross situation I left alone why I say it's fucked up. I also would like to ask an individual. I challenge people on this too, right? Now I just want you to hear it like the world can hear it too, right? Like I was telling the homies, little homies in the story, I told the homie in Brooklyn there, what's that, Euclid, and why ain't nobody attempt shooting me if I bitched up to Tom Cross and I was supposed to be a real G? Like, I mean, a certified real G with an OG status that comes up in Elmira in 1998, and the ending conclusion is this man pulled out a gun, asked me for a knife fight, and I'm like, nah, I don't want none. That's what the story was, right? Now, I don't know how the story moved around, right? But it's easy for people to try and play the little game. And when gossip comes, especially gossip that comes that it got to be true, a person ain't going to say that out there and out there, consequences is going to be too severe. If you don't know where it comes from and it happens fast enough, first you have to contain it. You don't care where the fuck it came from. You want to be like, what? But people that usually care about what feels like they have to prove something, or they did lie, and now they're going to try and defend it verbally because now they gone from the setting, right? The incident happened with me going in Elmira, September 1st, 1998. September 10th, Cross comes to the field house. Me and Cross walked around the field house. Everybody been in the field house, because we going to keep this shit short, 3.5 times. Boop. Straight off the walk. I walked straight in the shower. Right? I only got 9 days in this jail, 10 days in this jail, 9 days in it, like 5 days of running around, maybe 4 days, 6 days running around. Elmira was kind of on some bullshit when I first got there. Number one, before that, we ain't got example of G checking me and I folded. We ain't got a loss. I could give you one. I had a fight. I couldn't fight this dude for nothing in the world. I was winded, fucked up. I guess the toothpaste, the paper wrapping to make weed and all that shit was fucking me up. Terrible. So I can admit shit that I didn't like, right? And I still got that. And people hounded, laughed on me and shit like that. But I was always in the mix of all the drama. Like anything that was against an enemy, I'm a part of it. Like if he says you did it, all right, we gonna get you and then find out if you did it. And then find that you ain't did it. We ain't got to look for you later on. We can say we got you already. So that's how involved I was with all the drama like that. Trying to make yourself look big when you're looking great. Jury is up, your health is better, your skin is glowing. I like the merch. You have an artist that has the ability to go where me and you discussed the conversation. You set in your ways. But why are you trying to come back and get a name here when you left us in 2000? So let's go into that part of the history, right? You said when you left, the little things that you said, right? And that was just watered down. You had 1,000 names, all that 20 name shit. Dub. You had so many names of people that you knew was coming because of the bond you had with them. You was saying people was down with you. Like Robo, rest in peace. And Robo dug you enough to go with you because you had him on this thing. But when they found out your agenda, they was like, oh no, homie, like blood up. Like we ain't like I'm GKB. Like I thought GKB was gonna go here. Later on, you came in the street. Now, later on, decades later, now, you told me that back then you ain't do that because it was CK's brainchild and you wouldn't go nowhere when you wouldn't take it. This is what you told us in the street. In this interview, you didn't say that shit once. You start mentioning you start saying all that. And not one time did you say that, but you said all the other frivolous stuff that has CK name in it. That ain't giving us a history report of you because this is the first time you talked to anything in length about blood. So you could have gave us understanding because I wasn't around you in many of your flights of being locked down in all these captive places from long term to seg to shoe. Like the first beginning of your shoe, you didn't let dudes know how you trapped yourself down by giving out all the codes with OG shot QUELLE on it. Remember? And that was getting you 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months from all them tickets of people getting locked down. The rest of anything else would be like history that'd be looking like trying to down. And I'm not here for that, right? But this got to be a public request because what I'm asking when we was behind the scenes, when we did the conference with me, you, and the brother that, lay low, I did what y'all wanted. And then when I asked y'all to do things, y'all didn't want to do it. So everything was just keep it quiet and let you play this and set the plateau to make you look. Of course, it might be an autobiography, biography, movie, some type of podcast, whatever you got lined up. Come with you, not this fake reported thing. Because just like you said all this, you didn't want to talk about why you left Stone. We heard how you wanted to leave or go about your business. You gave a little part of how when you was hearing the things that got your interest and you was willing to go in there. But then you had a corner. It was 4 corners. You was a corner. And you was going for a long time. You seen where the levels of GKB was going on. Oh, yeah, you was locked down. You was trying to get out, so you really wasn't trying to do much. You know how you was with the pen. So if you try and act like you wasn't a lot of your causes of being locked down from the pen, you know that you would say you're lying. But I'm not here to like dish you, but we're human. Humans lie. And this is one of the times, but this shit is lying, champ. You want to say Mac gave you something, boy. I am the one that went with it, and when it went down, I'm the one that had to speak to Mac. CK the one that came up with the idea. CK never had to speak to Mac about this. You talking to people how you begged Mac not to do this? Is that the time when Mac said what? What did you beg him not to do? That was unclear. Even though I know what it is, it was seem kind of faulty for me to point in that direction. But now that I'm pointing this out, also bossy, what was he begging Mac not to do? And Mac was like, all right, I'm going to put my hands down. And then Benji ended up doing what? What you begged Mac to not do? I don't, that's another part that's deep in the rap. I'm going to end this out kind of for the simple fact because everything else will go into opinions with me and you. But what I would do is give the world this, right? Ask this man to ask you, to tell you, and further, what was in that manifesto? I gave it out already. He ain't gonna make that mistake. It's the only pamphlet you ever put together. Maybe he was getting the Stone Manifesto messed up. But I challenge it now. Ask him what was in our first packet. I put it out there. And maybe some of y'all can hit him like, yo, nah, you was tripping when you was drinking on that chant. Nah, we ain't had nothing that big. You know, again, why wasn't one attempt done on me if I did all this punk shit with Cross? Tom. You know why? Because he had the big rep, right? Watch this, right? I got a big rep. He got a big rep. Our rep is now we done made the wall kind of even. They know we're on a fighting field. Our enemies know we no longer got this shit in lock. There's a gatekeepers here to stop us from oppressing anything moving. They're even coming when it's peace. They still don't feel like they got it like to get back a 400 years. um, why wasn't no attempt on me? Like, because here's the funny shit, right? I told y'all back then, Mac took my shit from me, my OG status. He did me a favor. Because I ain't want a lot of shit on my back. I had to do things that carry the wrong type of crowd that'll be near me, from suckers to busters to loudmouth to, you know, wrong type of, personalities I would hang with on a regular. So when you was telling me I ain't have to have a work schedule like that, you did me a favor. I know who I am in my heart. I know my groundwork game speaks for itself, and my actions should always remain precedent because there's no way in hell I can write lingo back in 9-6 that people can still talk fluently today, to this fucking day, right? And we ain't gonna say that's the only thing he did. That's just something that y'all hearing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know I'm the one when you hear Jim Jones and them Triple O, when you hear Do saying real right, when you hear Up Top Down Low, when you hear this shit, when you hear a lot of roll calls, when you have certain bops, when you knew you had to put certain work to come home to GKB. That's me. CK is gone. Quell, that never was your responsibility. Now that I see that this is the part that you was playing, I just thought you put a big pamphlet together for me. That's when I knew you was looking to do a lot, because maybe CK got in your ear with telling you the things that y'all was gonna do. Now y'all can do it. And this is where he knew he wasn't gonna be around, and he was setting the tone possibly for you. But maybe you didn't want to let me know that. You just had it in your heart you was gonna get this. I don't know. I'm just assuming. In actions, you never acted like you was above me or even side by side with me. And I don't want to say you acted like you was belittler than me, but you played the position in a respectable way of homie. Boom, 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 boom. Then all of a sudden, you went up north and you did codes. I think that's when maybe you didn't dig me no more, because I didn't give you rims. I didn't say, yo, do you. Because I didn't think we supposed to been separate. I thought everything was supposed to stay together, right? So, you did codes. I said did that, and then I realized I ain't hear from you again until I pulled up to you in Attica. The only time that somebody actually came at me, and it was warned that they was coming because they was scared, and their body language and their whole thing showed it, and they was coming to do it at the door at Attica, not in the back, not in the corner by the weight, not in the front in the corner by the basketball, not even in the corner by the phone booths. Mind you, this is A block, you know. I forgot what they used to call us, Afghanistan something, but this is A block. And it was Steve-O. He fake punk, I came or what have you, played with him, people talked about it. A lot of people that was there. And this is because you was feeling yourself because Mac said my title was taken, CK's title was taken, and Deadeye's title was taken. That's the only time harm ever came at me. But watch this one, right? So cross situation comes and you say, through why do, that nah, he not fooled, he just took his title. So I guess it was better for you not to start a rumor saying I was fooled. But what you did do is start a rumor saying Mac took my title. Because you know what I found out? Mac never took my title. You did that. And you didn't take it. You formulated the rumor like Mac did it. So when I seen another situation happen in the form of chess like that, I was hip then. I wasn't hip with the Mac shit until years later, decades, right? But it really didn't matter because everywhere I went, I was pimp. Everywhere I went, asked. There's too many people that's out here still in contact with you. Ask them. Everywhere I went. That's where I met a lot of individuals in my course while I was around them. When it was red alert packet, I stopped a war that could have started because that brother ain't had no reason to have me war with him because I never lived the rules of a Crip. And I also say that to say that in the forum of going on each other and there's so many people around that it's forced to be a separatism and you have to go against individuals. Nah, I didn't feel like I had to. I still had to do a bid and get the fuck off this bed and get out, right? But at no forum should this be the way it is right now because I see the way it is and it's sad. And not to put it up on a full length that it's sad where anybody will use anybody right now, even the individuals that's supposed to be leading. You think you can't fucking lead right now because you got 10 extra years on you, 15 extra years on you? How much knowledge is still in your head? How you move as a man? Where's the guidance that you have for the young ones? We talking about 42 to 29-year-olds right now because the mind state of a 42-year-old, nah, look at him as a 31-year-old. Not that he's young and dumb, but he has energy and he was brought up different. Generations show difference. Like right now, I can have an old man's style, but I also can move with a young man's bop because it's easy to do that shit being around shit, but It's hard to do when you don't want to be around shit. So I play my manhood the way that I got it, the way my packet is, the way my mind moves. I was taught well. You know what I'm saying? QUELLE is the old head, he the bro. CK is the old head, is the bro. I'm the old head, the bro. But we not gonna get along because there's already competition that's been formed for decades. And that shit is still here. The difference between you and me is you looking for something bigger than what you want to earn. I'm mad that I haven't earned all the things I'm well overdue of. The thing that you want is the street to love you. I need the industry to pay for us. We're different. We move different. Like, you have things to better you. As long as it didn't harm you, you cool with it. It's seldomly something that you fix. You're one that if it don't involve you, it doesn't matter. And if it involves you, you're gonna fix it by way of sabotage. That's what that interview showed me. You know, and if there's anything that anybody want to say, I'm here. I would love to do a live in front of people and show y'all. It's not just because I got a good memory. It's that I was in it that hard to keep remembering it from back then. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we should have where we'll be all together. But if you want the credit for this, I feel you should have never left. Because each time I hear things, you just leave when it get thick. You didn't get in no mud. You don't even have beef with Latin Kings. Like, you didn't even have beef with Latin Kings. You let me know that made me say, oh, now I understand. You had beef with Nietas. I don't know what they did that you only picked them. I don't know how many kings was your friends prior, during, that you said you was going to find a way to stay out of that war. Because everywhere you went, if it was a war with the kings, we can admit you didn't have nothing to do with it, right? Is that why you say that I'm robbing them and I'm doing all this? This is the thing that drew this. Other than that, I would have let you have that. I would have told people in the street, nah, that ain't true, that ain't true. He just capping. I guess he got something planned for a money venture or something. But I'd have left all that alone. But it's like you want to just damper me. Like, what did you do for blood? You said I was running around. I told you the things that I did. I told you I had this done, meaning 2 sets of codes worldwide. Another hood codes worldwide. Um, Unfortunately, it was a position on the whole island. Um, Made a set that made the homie smile and say, yo, yeah, I knew you was going to be a force for us when I did the Bloody Bastard. That's why he was so quick to say that's a dub when I left, when they tried to make it a set. I could go on and on. What did you do for the hood? You gave us a nice packet, and I'm going to help you. You gave us, I believe, might be somebody that can challenge it, but I believe, other than GKB being GKB, I seen who the players were. You made the greatest hi-fi, high and low 5 through 1. That lineup, spicy. That's where your key was, doing stuff like that. Take those two things I credited. What did you do to help us? When you was going on your journey, we was in shoes, and you're going to say, yo, I couldn't do nothing. Why is your voice so loud if you couldn't do nothing? If you couldn't do nothing then, what are you trying to do now? What's the goal? Why when my voice was heard and the hustle and the sweat, blood, and tears was done, why are you trying to act like you was incorporating that type of life now with stories now? Like, I fell away that you talked about beloved. You didn't have to say none of that shit. I don't give a fuck what they wanted. You could have minimized that story so little. You didn't have to say nothing like that about Garland at all. You didn't even have to say that conversation and then clean it up about La. Like, You think he give a fuck about that? Like, you touch blood that he never got to get nothing off, right? I don't understand. Like, I want us to be the biggest that we were supposed to be back then now with this generation making it better. But all that's extra. Y'all rather hate me instead of learn from me. Not learn like I'm just going to be a teacher, but learn the difference from those that you looking at to be a favorite, to realize that they might not even give a fuck about the littlest things with this stuff that they mandated should give a fuck about. And I talked long enough. I really ain't want to say too much, but like I said, it's a nightcap. And pardon me, a few glitches and few bloopers, but I will take any question. I will do a live, just not with people. You get it? Like, I'm not going on Queen's Flip to say, hey, nah, I'm big. Queen's Flip just started blowing up. He was doing all the shit with my boy Bino, and him and G Money got together, and now they got a, all right, salute. But my story big. Like, I don't give you my war stories. I don't big up the pioneers that's supposed to get bigged up. I don't give you stories about the individuals that's home right now. Like, I don't talk about none of these people. I'm not here to violate the look of Damu, Ola, Real Right, Blood Up. Like, we are East Side brand. We toast West Side. I'm a part of a legacy, whether or not you like it. That's why this is the new vibe, the good, the bad, the ugly. From many things I can give you. Me and also bossy bumheads. But do he hear me attack him? Fuck no. For what? That's not my style. I'm a different type of breed. I'm a brand. I'm the present type of person. I don't do all this extra stuff, but I do know that this is needed because I don't walk around everybody. And there's so much history here that's supposed to go to all of y'all. I can give y'all a bunch of history and say, okay, I'm glad y'all appreciate me. But if y'all want to go chase a leader streetwise, that's where he want to be. I don't want the streets. I don't want nobody in the streets to think I'm on the streets. You got to tip your hat off to me. I've been home now 2013, 8 years, October. I ain't never touched the streets. I'm bonded with the streets. Got my hand where I could play with the streets. But me, being in the streets for fuck what? I had to learn how to, if I couldn't be in the streets, what I'm going to do. So now I got two skills in me. And I can be a coin at any given time, but I'm cool with the head because the head is what's going to be something that's going to be fathered in this blood story that I had. I only been home now almost 8. I did 21 in there. I've been blood over 15 years. So if nothing else, 7 years right now is like the bare minimum I got to match all that I lost without a catch up, just to just put me on the scale. I like the feather and the brick the way the same. Right now, this is how my scale looks. This is my jail experience. So this is my learning, growth, and experience. Just to watch this shit get dampened from a motherfucker trying to get a rep right here in the streets from this jail shit that you ain't even had a rep for. It's like you bigger now than in there. Get your riches and your glory, beloved. Just don't lie to the youth. Hate me all you want, but be honest. When I ask you why you hate me, tell me why you hate me, nigga. But the youth, even those in our bracket, forget the youth, the elders, don't lie to them because they're looking for nothing but the truth when they hear one of us talk. We done heard a lot from a lot of people, but when one of us talk, that's why I don't talk, because I listen and I listen and I listen. I figure, like, why give out something? Man, you bumps heads because I tried to tell the world that the date is on the 17th of February, but since everybody has that 16th that's close to the 17th in their head from somebody giving that lesson to somebody, and they going on and on and on in history, and it's nothing for it to travel in other states and cities because we automatically push it. But somebody did that because they didn't know to say 17th because people was registered to UBN's birthday on the 16th up in July. So when I brought this to the table, motherfuckers threw it away. And it was one hurt that gave me a jewel that made me leave it alone. He was like, homie, you can't win alone. Telling the world that. So since I don't believe that people want to hear the truth, fuck, I'll give it out for. But this is for me. We not going to play on later on. Yo, P, you ain't say nothing. You, nah, fuck that. If my plateau don't do nothing with this, you need to know if he did it. Go on his YouTube page. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm changing it from Real Right Vision to the good, the bad, the ugly. All right? The way I spell it, not the way you hear it. The good, the bad, the ugly. Because I'm here no matter what the hell we went through. I fell back from '03 to '08 trying to go home. At least I put myself in a separate yourself. You did all this bloody shit from 9-6 to '03, 9-5 to '03. Give yourself a break because you seeing all this shit going down. They ain't trying to let you go home. Try. Then I tried. And I attempted. And then I got around the older head. In this blood shit, younger than me, but older than the regular shit I'm around, which is the old born red, which is Homo. Which free Homo, he's locked up right now. I don't give a fuck if I'm telling your business, boy. I'm coming for you, man. We got to get you back on track. That's the type of blood I am. The extra shit, I can have that. And that hurts a lot of people because somebody's in your ear feeding you something when I'm distant. A lot of people like playing chess in this shit, right? Learn the chessboard instead of somebody teaching you it. Then you'll realize you ain't learned the wrong game. You might become a better master, all right? Blood up, salute, Eastside, whether I get it back or not. Good, bad, the ugly. QU, pimp. Understand the story. It's gonna get better.